Good morning. It's November the 7th, 7th, and winter is here. If you walked with me on Friday around the lake, it was still fall. But that changed over the weekend. The reason I didn't walk yesterday is because it was very, very nasty. There were high winds, quite a bit of snow. And there's more snow coming today, probably another 5 to 10 centimeters, they say. It's snowing a little bit right now, but not significantly. I'm trying to keep an eye on my screen to make sure if the mic quits working, I notice it, because I was having mic problems on Friday. So far everything seems normal, but if you're there and you can hear me, reassure me by telling me you can hear me. Otherwise this might be a silent walk without me ever knowing it. It's about -8, I think, Celsius, which is, 12, about 20 degrees, 19 or 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be colder than that later in the week. I'm currently just wearing my leather jacket because I will be warmer as I walk, but probably be switching to my parka later this week and probably staying there in the future. There's no break in the cold till November, for the 14-day forecast, so for 2 weeks. Doesn't mean that we won't get a thaw in December. Doesn't mean we will either. And of course I'll be a little slower walking too because of the ice. So if you're there, reassure me that you can hear me. Please. Someone? Anyone? I see that there's somebody there on YouTube. It tells me. I think that's the YouTube number. There is ice, so I have to be careful about that too. I don't want to have my first fall of the winter. It's Monday, so I'm going along the creek in one fashion or another. Yep, there's someone. I can hear me. Yay. Hi, Kirk in Vancouver. I wish I was in Vancouver. World Fantasy Convention was in New Orleans this past weekend. Wish I could have gone to that. That would have been nice. Weather-wise, anyway. Better than here. I got a bunch of editing to do. There's a editing deadline coming up this week, so let's push that to the top of the agenda. And always the publishing stuff. Always the writing stuff. So. Nothing too special happening this week. Ooh. Sunrise was probably around 8 o'clock, so it's not too much past sunrise here. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the mic on Friday. There was no apparent reason for it cutting in and out. Eventually I just went to the camera mic. Hello. Honey, hi. Everything's against a white background now, so it's a little harder to see sometimes. On the other hand, it's dim at the moment, so that helps. Choice. Is the mic still there? Because it did show that it cut out, and then I'm still there. If you can hear me, let me know. I'm reconnected. I may just unplug it again. If I see that happen again, I'll just unplug it. If I get cut out, I'll get right back in again. Oof. Oh, that's a big drift. I didn't expect that there. It's crackling. Okay. We're just going to go to the sound from the, I think I'll either have to get a new mic or just give up on a mic for a while. I don't want to be fiddling with that again. That was a pain about a year ago. Okay, well, I know you can hear me. It's just there's more ambient noise, and if there's wind, it's much worse, obviously. But hopefully, at least it won't be crackling. It'll be clear. You get more ambient noise, more of a, well, you get stereo, actually. As long as I hold it close to my mouth, it's probably fine. Yeah, it's a different quality. It has kind of just a different quality. And again, more of the surrounding sound. So like the dog barking over there, geese honking and things like that actually come through better this way, but my voice can fade in and out sometimes depending on how I turn my head. There's no wind, so it shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, carrying on along the dike here. The creek looks frozen. I wasn't sure if it would be yet. It seems to have frozen over. I'm just going to do kind of my standard kind of walk. Although I guess I could maybe walk along the dike on this side and come back on the other. That would be a change. Maybe I'll do that. Reverse my flow, as they say. So I won't cross the bridge just yet. You can see that the creek is frozen. I'll cross the bridge when I come to it on the return trip. For now, I'll carry on along the dike here. Crunching in the snow better too without the external mic, I'm sure. It's harder walking in the winter, that's for sure. It slows me down. More exercise. It's -8 Celsius, about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're supposed to get another 5 to 10 centimeters of snow, 2 to 4 inches tonight. There's a little light snow coming down right now, but nothing significant. And we had all this snow on Sunday, what they call it, well, Saturday. Started with rain, turned to snow, high winds, what they call an Alberta clipper. Temperatures dropped precipitously. Roads were terrible yesterday. Snowplows are already out, so the main streets were cleared off pretty quick. But still, it's like a sanding truck right over there, actually, flashing lights, unless that's a garbage truck. It is garbage morning. Yeah, that's a garbage truck, never mind. I'll probably see fewer people on the walk. Colder weather decreases the number of people I see first thing in the morning. And here, the wind was high enough it blew this completely clear of snow. Bit of an outlet over there, there's still open water. Good traction along here anyway, since the dirt is showing through. Excuse me. Will this be the day I do not see anybody walking their dog? I wouldn't bet on it. Outlet over here where it hasn't quite frozen, just kind of at that starting to freeze stage, but the way the weather's shaping up, it doesn't get above freezing now so this is all going to be frozen solid very quickly. I don't know if the creek freezes to the bottom, probably not, but it might. Not very well, it's not that deep. Some dog coming up behind me, I think. So much for that theory that I might not see one this morning. Morning, Roger. Bleak House, the sequel. Yeah. Pretty bleak. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind doth blow. Earth stood cold as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. It's actually one of my favorite Christmas carols, although bother with the tune there. It's just the lyrics. Stone Bridge. Whoever's behind me turned off, so I don't know if I count that dog or not. I'm not sure I saw one. Oh, there's one crossing the bridge. So definitely can't say it's a dog-free day. I have never yet taken a walk, no matter what time of the day it is, where it is, where I don't encounter somebody walking a dog. Except maybe St. John's, Newfoundland. Don't think I saw one there. Maybe in Kelowna for that matter. But in Regina, oh, we see somebody with a dog. And there's one now. Ooh, heavier snow right there. Oh, and coming this way. Morning. We're up to the crosswalk here, since I'm kind of going the reverse flow that I usually do. This is Elphinstone Street. cleared that sidewalk there? If I have, I might try to cross here. I think I can safely. So I didn't go to the crosswalk, I jaywalked. There's a sidewalk here, but no crosswalk. You have to go up there for the crosswalk. They've run the snowplow over this. Oh! And left the ice. Seniors Activity Center, public art. I'm not picking up my feet because this is slippery. Better to walk here where they went a little wide on the grass. Can't do that for long though. This is the Neil Balkwell Civic Arts Center. You can take art classes there. And there's also the art gallery of Regina in there, small gallery. The beeping of a backing up snow removal device. It's one of the sounds of winter. This looks slick. Be carefully in here. There's the aforementioned snow removal device. Yeah. All they seem to have done here is make it really, really icy. And it's better to leave the snow for traction reasons. Follow the orange snowplow. Follow the orange snowplow. Follow the orange snowplow. The original lyrics, a little known fact. I think we'll see kids on the playground here. Or on the soccer field. There's the playground coming up. Well, it'll start Christmas feelings, having snow all through November, which is the way it looks now. As I said, we could still get a thaw in December. It could strip away most of the snow, but it won't necessarily happen. It just could. Or this is it. It just doesn't warm up significantly, and winter's here now till April. There's less slippery conditions, so maybe not much. It's about to come back the other way. So I'm no longer following the orange snowplow. Just have to get out of the way of the orange snowplow. And away he goes. Now, we'll see what the sidewalk looks like up here. They often don't even bother clearing this one, so I have to cross the street to get better, somewhat better. Even then, it'll depend on kindness of house owners. There's a bylaw that requires you to shovel your walks, but they're supposed to start enforcing that more this year than last year. I guess would be that no effort has been made to clear the sidewalk on this side. Oh, I could be wrong. That's what it looks like here. Yeah, maybe. At least it looks okay. Okay, let's stay on this side. tree looks like it has a power pole growing out of it. There's the soccer field. No soccer currently going on. I'm gonna change hands. My hand's getting cold. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody else said hello. Anne. Winter has definitely come, yes. There's no more winters coming here. It has arrived. The White Walkers won't be far off. In fact, I could be one of them. On a snowy enough day, I would turn into a White Walker. Game of Thrones reference for anybody who isn't familiar with it. So we'll get up here to Pasqua, and that'll be our turnaround spot, and it's back the other way. Down the alley, very Wolf Perot, if you know that artist. Oh, there's a little skein of geese going over up there. At least it's not slippery on this side. Hello. Trying to read that. Rudy. This is real snow, not TV snow. My favorite Christmas album is John Denver and the Muppets of Christmas Together, which goes way back to when I was in university. Well, it's certainly getting warm enough. I'm glad I didn't wear my parka. But a few more degrees before I feel I need to do that. Maybe when it hits -10 in the morning, I'll think about it more. Which is later this week. There's one day when it's showing a low of -23, so, which if you're in Fahrenheit is, call it -10. -9, somewhere along in there. If I walk first thing that morning, that's how cold it will be, and that's definitely parka weather. And warmer clothes, too. These ones are fine, but only up to a little bit below freezing. Then, if you're out with, they're good for driving, but not quite enough for extended time outdoors. Good morning. Where that is? Marijuana. Good morning, marijuana. Snow on those bushes there. It was quite sticky to start with because it was so warm, so it stuck to bushes and things in the wind. As you can see in those bushes there. Baseball field, it'll be lonely and abandoned now. For the foreseeable future. That Sask Express in front of us. Old school now, performing arts school, and Troop, and past that is some apartments I've often walked by. And then past that is the Louvain, which I'm not walking through today. Are you something? Are you staying warm enough? Yes. Yes, because of the walking, I'm perfectly warm. This coat wouldn't be enough if I was standing still or, at the Grey Cup game in less than 2 weeks, when it's supposed to be minus 10 or minus 12 or colder as the evening progresses. It's going to be an unpleasant weather for the Grey Cup. Which is always the danger if you decide to have it at prairies, since it comes up in November. We do have tickets, of course the riders aren't in it. I suppose we'll have rehearsal that night. I could get the ticket to somebody else. I could go with my wife. Or sell it, of course. Once we know who's in it, there'll be people all over the country, well, from whatever cities are represented, looking to score Grey Cup tickets, so we might be able to sell them for a fair amount. 2 tickets, they're really good seats too. But if we go, it'll be a parkas and hats and scarves and hand warmers and foot warmers and long underwear. We know, we've been to those temperature games before. Even if it doesn't feel that cold, when you're sitting there into the 3rd or 4th hour, it's cold. All right, let's go down and pick up the path along the creek here. Which, as I pointed out earlier, has frozen. Took the lake longer, but the edges will have started. They could start right now, I would think, on the lake. Wouldn't walk on it just yet. Later in the winter, I'll walk out onto the creek at some point. There's a spot right along here. Well, depending on the drifts, you can get to the creek pretty easily, but depending on what the snow looks like. This has not been cleared. This is slowing me down. People have been along it, but not anybody with a snowplow yet. This is where it's very easy to get down to the creek. But again, I wouldn't recommend walking on it just yet. Oh, this is quite deep along here. Well, the way the wind was blowing, it would have drifted here. It's a little less actually if I went over here. The snow's a little less maybe. Significantly better now. Alright, well, I'll just be slower here. And possibly breathing harder. Here's a good look at the frozen creek. Oh, it was so good up to here, I just assumed they would have cleared everything. But they have not. Not a high priority, I guess. With all the streets that need to clear first. Sometimes they clear that part over there more than they do along here, so hopefully I will find less heavy going a little bit. There's probably 4 to 6 inches of snow here I'm trending through. There's the path. It's not exactly cleared, but it's blown a little clearer than right down there by the creek where the trees caused it to drift. You can see how the wind splattered the sides of the trees with snow. They definitely haven't cleared this, but just is clearer because of where it is, and the way the wind was blowing. My nose is running. So if you hear a lot of sniffing, that's why. You don't have to stick to the path. When it goes better this way, we'll take it to the grass. Cut off that loop. See, there's a lot of branches down too. It was a really high wind. Blew some furniture around on our patio that we would have thought was weighted down too much to move. On our deck, our new deck. Deck the deck with boughs of holly. Don't think I'll do that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the deck. Not until we get the hot tub. That's still a ways off. There come some dogs. And an owner too. Morning. Right on the edge of the path. I actually stepped off it there. Don we now our warm apparel. La, 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 la. I guess this is the path. You can't really see it at the moment. It's just facing it on what other people have walked. Looks right. Oh no, we're off in the grass actually. Well, the path's over there. Right, it went around the corner. I knew that. The light standards are a sure sign. Good morning, Mohi. Good morning. Winter has come. Winter is here with a vengeance. And if you're just joining me, it's -8 Celsius, about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Or what we will call a really warm winter's day in another month or two. -10 feels amazing if it's been -40 or even -30. Years ago, we were at a wine event at Banff, and they were talking about German ice wine. This guy was from England, who was doing the talking. He was trying to impress on this group of Canadians how difficult it was to make ice wine, because you had to go out and harvest the grapes. It was -10 degrees Celsius. And all the Canadians were going, yeah, good snowmobiling weather, what's the point? He also suggested at some point that only the Germans were making ice wine properly. Other places were freezing the grapes artificially. And got huge pushback there from the Canadian winemakers who said, buddy, if you don't think it gets to -10 to freeze the grapes in Canada, you don't know much about Canada. Here's the footbridge. So anyway, this is right around the temperature where you would be picking grapes for ice wine in the places that make it. However, we don't really grow grapes in Saskatchewan. The growing season's too short. There's a few in specialized locations, but certainly not a viticultural industry of note. Okay, first footbridge to cross. Let's take our traditional look at the creek, which is frozen. So that's looking to the east. And that's looking to the west. And on we go. If anything's going to be cleared, it'll be this next bit of the path. If it isn't, that means they just haven't done any yet. And it's not, so clearly they haven't worried about the footpath yet. Maybe they're waiting for tonight's snow. Wasn't too much here anyway, because of the way the wind was blowing. The drifting would have happened on the other side of the street. Would have been a northwest wind, I imagine. I know for sure it was because of the way it blew our furniture around on the deck. Strange noises coming from over there. Sounds like some plow. Already seeing some Christmas lights. People going straight from Halloween. We still have Halloween decorations up. I need to get those down. It's just some, crime scene tape wrapped around our banister as well. And there's a very frozen pumpkin, which means it hasn't had time to mold, which is a nice change from most years. The squirrels were at it already, nibbling. I couldn't figure out why the lid had fallen in. It was because the squirrels had nibbled the edges of it until it fell in. Oh, I should put that in the garbage. Because it went out today and it won't go out for another 2 weeks. And it's going to be cold, so it doesn't matter. In the winter, they only pick up garbage every 2 weeks because it's cold. And then in the summer, when it's warmer, they pick it up every week. This time of year, you're basically putting your garbage into a freezer when you take it out, so it doesn't spoil. The food garbage doesn't spoil any further than it already has. Going back to Elphinstone, we'll just be down this side of the path, the dike, the creek, and home. Another 20 minutes here. I don't think they cleared this at all, although there's a certain pile of snow there and I don't know if that came off the street or here. But if they cleared it, they did it very early, but it was still coming down, so that seems unlikely. Going into the wind now, you'll probably hear that since there's no microphone. Elphinstone. This time we'll use the crosswalk for sure. Let's look back there at the park. Streets are icy than the sidewalks because of the pressure of the cars packing down the snow. Okay, on we go. By the baseball fields, by the horseshoe pitch. Looking very unappealing now since it has drifts behind every one of the little backstops. So it was a little heavier now. You might be able to see it against the trees there. Coming down. It's another dog. Yes, it's the same one. I think it's a different one. Morning. Sadder than a baseball field in the snow. Well, lots of things sadder than that, but that is a sad thing if you're inclined to that kind of melancholy. Hope you can see the snow against the trees there coming down. If I chose not to live stream, I could of course shoot in 4K, assuming that I have the capacity on the phone, which I'm not sure I do. It's pretty full. But I like the live streaming, so sacrifice a little bit of resolution for the joy of being live. Because dead streaming is no fun at all. That's a creepy idea. Put a camera in your casket that takes a picture of you every day and posts it online after you're buried. I guess power would be a problem, but I can see it being a horror story or an idea for a horror story or something else. Definitely a story idea there. This is Waterfall Park, no waterfall now for months to come. I could certainly see somebody doing that who had a fear of being buried alive, making that part of their will. If you think I'm dead, put a camera in my casket and be 100% sure. if I wake up, I went out. Definitely some sort of horror story lurking around the fringes of that concept. Oh, but I don't have any need to write a horror story right now, so. I'll put that on the, file that away in that corner of my mind where I put ideas that I then forget. I don't think I'll write it down. Okay, coming back to the footbridge. There's the creek. Ideas are everywhere. Idea is nothing. Execution is everything. Well, not quite nothing, but largely it comes down to execution. See a bit of a drift where there's a gap in the bushes over here. A little more snow in. And drifted up against those bushes to my right. Lake view over there. Right off the walk. Tomorrow I'll probably walk downtown. Last time it snowed, somebody said, walk downtown in the snow. I knew there were plenty of those walks to come, so I didn't worry about it then. I'll probably go downtown tomorrow, and that'll be the case. I will be walking downtown in the snow. More snow than this, if the forecast holds. Here's our second footbridge. So, time for another look up the creek. To the west. To the east. Second star to the right and straight on till morning. We'll just go on down Cornwall here. I was here on last Monday for Halloween. There were some good decorations down here on this street. The steps don't look too bad, at least. And there's a railing here, which is nice. Stick to the sidewalk. It's probably better than the street. The very sidewalk I was on Halloween night. Take us by this brand new house that was just being built when I started these walks. There's hardly anything there. Now it's finished. People looking at it. Let's go this way today. So carrying on up Cornwall. That's this interesting house. Doesn't present much to the street, but I suspect it's really nice inside. I'd like to see inside it. And then they have a second, it's like a double lot, and this whole side of it is used for gardening. Quite a lovely garden, just not right now. Number of new houses in here. Probably more new than old along the street now than when I first lived here. There's a big new one. A couple of newish ones over there. That's a new one. Yeah, I'd say there's more new than old along the street now. The older ones tended to be these very tiny little things like this. That's kind of the size of house I lived in when I lived in this neighborhood. One street over on Garnet Street. There's another refurbished but older one, I would say. And there, another little one. Oh, don't trip over the cord. People plug their cars in Saskatchewan. Block heaters. I wouldn't have thought it was like cold enough yet, but I suppose if you're not moving it for a while. More new ones here in this corner. And we get the old Henderson Terrace up here, which is heritage property, row housing, built in 1913. So kind of a juxtaposition between the new and the old there. Oh! I stepped off the curb unexpectedly and it was deeper than I would have thought. Very jarring. Alright, I'll go this way. Getting close now, just a couple of blocks to home. And my coffee home, where my coffee's waiting. I was here when that tree broke, that one broken stump, and fell across the alley. I wasn't here, I didn't see it happen, but I came by in the immediate aftermath. I lost a big branch off of a spruce tree that's been struggling. It's already lost a big chunk earlier in our yard, so we're worried that the tree's going to have to come down. Need to get it checked out. Probably not till spring though. Alrighty. Oh, her. As it happens. I think I've been in their house too. Okay, one more block. I will have successfully done my second snowy walk of the winter, but after this, it looks like they will all be snowy walks for the foreseeable future. You know, you can have thaws, as I said, but no guarantee we'll get one of any significance where it goes up above freezing long enough to make a dent in the snow. Come up here and stop at the stop sign. Morning. Seems a little early for this, doesn't it? And here's our traditional stopping white. Stop sign. If you can really have a tradition, something's only been going on for a year and a half, but here we are. Thanks for walking with me. Tomorrow, like I said, probably a walk downtown. Bye for now.